All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Keto90 Kickstart call. My name is Paul Croto. I'm a 5-star executive here at Longevity, and I'm so excited to be here with all of you to break your fast. That is if you are on the East Coast. Tracy, you're not on the East Coast, so don't drink anything. But for those of you that are in Group 2, today is day 1 for you. And look at Pamela. She's just excited beyond belief over there. To have a sip of something, because you should not have had anything since 7 p.m. last night. So it's been a while since you had anything. So this is like we're doing this intermediate fast that worked unbelievable with group number 1, where people were losing 10 to 15 pounds in 3 days, just from sticking with liquids and going with the intermediate fasting. So hey, cheers everyone. All right, excellent. So, big news. So I put the keto cubes now are in the group. So you can take a look at this. This is like version number 1. We're going to make a couple modifications on it, but this will get you started. And the last thing I'm sure all of you want to talk about today is food, because you will not have any food today whatsoever. There's Cheryl in the really warm coat. I don't know what the temperature is there, Cheryl, but it's like 6 here. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Cheryl's muted, so let's unmute Cheryl here. That is not working. Nope. There we go.
Hi.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi.
How you doing today?
Good. I'm in a really warm coat because it's really cold here, and we are on our way to the Wax Museum.
Wow, for Martin Luther King Day.
Yep, that's right. We got people in tow. We got my mom here. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hello.
That is so awesome. Well, everybody just had their first sip of a little drink there for this morning.
Very good.
Yep. So we broke the fast. Those are that on the East Coast. And we're excited.
That is awesome. I'm super excited, and I'm really excited about these keto cubes.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk a little bit about food today, since it's a fasting day for most people. We won't go too much into food. But Cheryl, can you just share with us? I know you did this already. You did the 3 days. What can people expect these next 3 days as far as their life goes?
Well, what I felt is, actually, I really wanted to have something to chew on, I felt. But it really helped to have a whole community doing this, and that we were all doing it together. Whenever I wanted something to chew on, or whenever I was hungry, a little bit hungry, not too hungry. Boy, these shakes are very filling. They have the perfect amount of fat that you need, so you're not really too hungry too often, I can tell you that. But the thing I think that I really know that everybody can count on is each day you start to feel better and better, right? I got more energy every single day. I felt better every single day that I was doing this. I thought day 2 was a little bit harder. Day 1 wasn't too hard at all. Day 2 was a little bit harder, but then day 3, you're just like a machine, which is awesome. So that's really something that you can look forward to.
Absolutely. And I know would you lose like 10 pounds, Cheryl?
Yes, I lost 10 pounds in 3 days.
That is outstanding.
Yeah.
So, okay,
really go ahead.
Do you have any other tips for people that you want to share?
Make sure you drink a lot of water is my only other big tip, because you don't want to really necessarily, but please just have the mindset going into this that you are going to drink that water, the 100 ounces.
And add the minerals to the shake.
Oh, there you go. That's a big one. That is a big one. Yeah, my mom just said minerals help cravings, which is so true.
Listen to mom. Mom knows
Yep.
best.
That's right. And it's the cravings, especially for sugar. So, and that's super important. And my mom was telling me when she got here, we were chatting a little bit, and she said that if people are eating sugar, now think about this, if you're eating sugar, it's depleting your body up to 500% of all minerals.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's a study on that, so that's crazy.
That is real crazy.
So it's so great that we're really starting this, and I like to call it, Paul, slamming yourself into keto. I love the word slamming because I think that's really what we're doing, but I think it gives people a great head start, and I think that's so important.
It is. Yeah, we're trying to do in 3 days what should take 2 weeks. So,
Yes.
you know, it is slamming for sure. And I love Cheryl's words. She's always a wordsmith over there for powerful words.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to go over now just so basic plan, super simple. The goal is to eat 4 times a day. And we came up with times for you to eat at. It's not like, you know, this is written in stone. It's just, you know, we feel like it should be around these 4 times, which is 11, 1:30, 4, and 6:30. So those are the times, and you drink 3 shakes, 3 of the either the keto chocolate or the keto strawberry shake. You can put a tablespoon of heavy cream in there if you want to make it a little thicker and add a little more fat. That will also help you stay full. As Cheryl mentioned, she puts an ounce of minerals in each one of those 3 shakes. So it's 3 ounces of minerals a day. And it's really great for 3 days just to really build your body up and replenish any mineral deficiency that you've built up. So that's a super good idea. I did that too, and I felt different, I think, because I put so much minerals in my body for those 3 days. And the water, as Cheryl mentioned, we recommend at least half your body weight in water. But I like 100 ounces way better. So this is really like 100 ounces of fat and 100 ounces of water a day is the key long-term to making this work. That's what I've got. I'm dealing with literally dozens and dozens of personal clients that I'm working with. And those 2 numbers seem to be magical. So that is what we're shooting for. And also exercise helps a lot. You know, I love people moving, you know, even if it's walking around the block. You should get, you know, I got the Apple Watch or Fitbit or something that counts steps, that burns. So I have 3 goals I'm trying to hit every day. I'm trying to do 30 minutes. Excellent. I'm trying to do 30 minutes of exercise. So this isn't just me walking around or whatever. This is me exercising, you know, where my heart rate's up for at least 30 minutes. And then I have to burn at least 500 calories during activity. And my watch does that. Apple Watch does that. And then I have to stand 12 times, which, believe it or not, is actually the hardest thing for me to do since I sit all day and talk on the phone. So, you know, those are the 3 rings that I'm trying to close every day. If you don't have an Apple Watch, I can't recommend it enough. It's the greatest thing I ever bought. And not only for my exercise and my health, but it tracks my sleep and everything else in the world, keeps me on track. So, because something has to. So that is the plan. Now, we like what I found for myself, because so my thing was eating in the evenings. That was my kind of weakness, I guess. I do go to bed at 10 p.m. So I found from 7 to 10, you know, having the hot chocolate then didn't cut it for me. So I did, but I was super full. Like in the afternoon, I had 2 shakes. I had one at 11 and one at 1:30. And then I'm like, I don't really want another shake again because I'm still full from those 2 shakes. So I had my hot chocolate like in the afternoon around 4. And then I did the keto shake at 6:30, which absolutely held me over to 10. Being hungry was the least of my problems for sure. And everyone I've talked to, I think there was like 1 or 2 people that said they were a little hungry. And there might be a difference between being hungry and just wanting to chew something because you're just used to having some food, you know? So this is a little bit of different change for your mind to go through. So that might be it. And then Tracy pointed out that you can eat pickles. Dill pickles are the chewing thing you can have. And Tracy's tip of the day is to also drink a little bit of that juice in the pickles if you get hungry. Maybe Tracy, you want to pop on and talk to us about pickle juice and your experience with it. You know, unmute you. You're unmuted.
There we go. Sorry. So yeah, my mouse is being weird. Sorry. Hey guys, how are you? Yes. Who likes pickles? Who likes the flavor of pickles, right? So it's kind of crazy, but we all know that they're cucumbers. I didn't know this till I was like 17. That's just a funny inside joke. But seriously, pickles have that crunch satisfaction, that tartness, that sweetness, that just vinegary kind of flavor. So if you take, sliced pickles or a dill pickle, a little one, I do the little petite, baby nubbin looking things. One of those is great. And then just do a couple sips of the juice. I know that's weird, but it seems to just kind of cut. And when we talk about going into ketosis, sometimes people get kind of a funky kind of keto flu type symptom. And that's where your electrolytes are kind of, out of balance and that sort of thing. So that's different for us because we're replenishing with the minerals and everything. And the the pickle juice sort of helps ease that. So if you're feeling, a little wonky in the beginning, a few sips of that will be great. I'm not talking like the sweetened, juice, but the dill pickle juice that's just kind of has just the flavor. Kind of weird, but it works. And it makes a great keto cube when you're doing, let's say, you're having some sort of, chicken or something with it and some fat. Cream cheese spread on like a turkey, deli meat, rolled up, with a pickle spear. It's fantastic. So you can slice a pickle in half and throw that in there. Kind of a fun cube idea.
Yeah, I love it. I love pickles. So thank you for that tip, Tracy. That is outstanding. Is there anything else, Tracy, that you would suggest to people that are about to go on a 3-day liquid diet here?
Cheryl hit it on the head. The first couple days are a little bit funky, wonky. You're used to moving your mouth, so you're used to chewing, and that can be tricky. Now, I don't recommend this because I've been an ice chewer addict forever, but I do love ice in my water, and I put crushed ice in it so that, when it softens up after a few minutes, I can nibble on that. It's like an old pregnant lady thing, right? We used to eat a lot of ice, but it helps satisfy a little bit that. I don't suggest cubes, but if you're feeling you want a little crunch, put some crushed ice in there. And then with your, your days, you're going to go through kind of those lulls and those highs. And one thing I look forward to is the hot cocoa, you guys, don't you? Because you can put the cream in there and you can have that almost like a dessert in a cup kind of essence to it. One of the things I love, and a lot of people don't drink coffee, but I do, and I love to do I'll do coffee with my hot cocoa packet in my cream. So it's like a mocha. So see a Starbucks, we've got the best hot cocoa, and you can have it, for pennies at home, and it's like a dessert in a cup. And like Paul said, I actually like mine not at my last interval. I call them interval intakes. We've got 4 a day. That's what we're putting in at those 4 times a day. So the third one, around 4:30ish or so, that's when I do the hot cocoa. Because it's not got the protein in it. It doesn't have the stuff that kind of needs to hold you through the night. So I do my shake at the last one.
Yep. Excellent. Okay, so just a few things that you are going. So it's good that the Keto Cube sheet's out, even for people that are just starting today, because you can kind of prepare what's going to happen on Thursday and Friday and the rest of your life. So this is a good thing to get. The only thing that I really recommend getting for like Wednesday is the keto strips, the ketone strips. So I'll put a link in our group. So if those of you that are not in our group, it's Keto90 Kickstart Facebook group. It's a private group. We'll authorize you to come in and be part of that. So all of our tips are there, but that is super, super important to have those keto strips. I also will put a link to my new breathalyzer here, I call it, that I just blow into, and it tells me how much ketones are in my system. So this is a little more expensive. It was like $40. I got it on Amazon, but it works unbelievable. Just as almost as accurate as having a blood test. And I can check it whenever during the day, and just to see, I'm always interested to see if am I low on ketones? Am I doing good? Like where my body is. It's kind of interesting to see your body break down the body fat and turn it into usable energy. So look, let me just go through again what's happening here. I know we went through this on the overview call, but you have carbohydrates you've been eating your whole life. So you stopped doing that last night at 7 p.m. And now your body is turning to glycogen. It's saying, hey, listen, I need some quick energy. Like, what's going on here? So thank God, your body has this stored energy inside of it, inside your muscle cells, called glycogen. This is stored carbohydrates that your body puts away just in case you get crazy and decide to do some sort of fasting thing like you are now. So now you're going to use up your glycogen over the next couple days, and you're going to see your weight go down a lot. Now, when people say they lose 10, 15 pounds on this, usually 3, 4, 5 pounds of that is water weight, because glycogen weighs something. So you're losing that glycogen that can weigh 3, 4, 5 pounds in people. So don't get super excited like you just lost 15 pounds of fat. You didn't. But you feel like someone took a pin and popped you, like you just deflated, and I feel super small, and like I lost like 15 or 25 pounds sometimes, because I just have no bloating feeling inside me at all. So that's a really good feeling. And, so by Wednesday morning, if you don't eat any, carbohydrates during, extra carbohydrates at all during these 3 days, you should be possibly Wednesday morning, probably not, but Thursday morning for sure. We would like to see at least some ketones in your system, where your body has now burned up all the glycogen, and it's like, okay, I have no carbohydrates coming in. I have no glycogen left. Now what am I going to do? So your body is smart enough to break down its own body fat and turn it into this usable source called ketones. And those ketones work exactly like carbohydrates would in your body to give you that quick energy, so you can function. So it's awesome. You can live off your own stored body fat. You can have tons of energy. You can look incredible, feel incredible, all that by just doing this. So it's absolutely the way to go. So, but and everyone, we have mentioned here the water, the minerals, all that's going to be helpful for this. Getting the collagen is something that I put in my coffee and in my hot chocolate every day once Thursday, Friday rolls around. So if you haven't ordered the collagen yet, I can't recommend that enough. Another thing, a couple other things that are near and dear to my heart are is the Power Up Capsules. I played a big role in actually helping create those. And they work unbelievable for not only curbing your appetite even more, but giving you energy. So if there's one of the things that people find sometimes is that your body has been using carbohydrates its whole life, and to switch like this, for some people's bodies, it's a big deal. Like it's going to like fight you on this a little bit. So you might feel a little draggy, and stuff. So the Power Up is unbelievable for that, to take that even, throughout, even when you get back, when you do full keto, it's still a great product to have on hand. The other thing is I love these Aquagevity Slim Caps. I put one of these in my water. There's no carbohydrates. It's got some incredible appetite suppressants in it. So if you are a person that is still getting hungry just because you need to shrink your stomach, and that's really what's going to happen here, is we got to get you to a place where 300 calories is enough for you, and you don't feel, I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone again. So you don't feel hungry, so if that's something that's happening to you and you're going through this process of shrinking your stomach, then the Slim Caps are something you might want to get. The other product that we have is the Rev 90, just Rev. Rev works to take your stored body fat and break it down into ketones faster. So if you're like, Paul, I'm doing everything right. There's Pamela, always got it on hand there. So if you're someone who's like, Paul, I swear I'm following this to a T. I'm not eating any carbohydrates. you got to really make sure, like, some people think, well, I'm doing this. Oh, I thought that was okay. If we didn't say it's not okay. So it's really important to make sure that you're under 20 grams for sure of carbohydrates a day. But, if you're not breaking down ketones fast enough, if you're testing your ketone levels and they're like at 0.5 or just at 1, the optimal range is like 1 to 4 on the keto strips. So, if you're like, man, Paul, I can't even hit 1, or I'm just barely hitting 1 or something like that, then what's going to help is the Rev. The Rev was made for this. The company came up with this Rev like diet plan, which is like ASAP was back in the day. But that wasn't what Rev was made for. We had a product called ASAP, which was made for that. This Rev was specifically made for the keto diet, and it does nothing for you if you're not in ketosis. It's going to help break down body fat and turn it into ketones. But if you are eating carbohydrates and taking Rev won't do anything for you, because you're going to be living off the carbohydrates, not your own body fat. So the only time Rev works is when you're in ketosis. So that Rev will start working Wednesday, Thursday. It's pointless to even use it today and tomorrow because you're not even in ketosis yet. So let me answer some of these questions here. Can we use the ASAP drops in place of Rev? Yeah, you can. It will help you. I don't know how you got that, or if it's still good, because we've hadn't made it in years. But it did work good for some people. It did help curb the appetite, but I absolutely know that Rev is a way more advanced product than the ASAP drops, and works really well to specifically help your body produce ketones faster. That's the reason, and the ASAP drops do not do that. So let's go up to the top here of the chat. Can you drink water during the fasting hours? Yep, absolutely. You can drink black coffee and tea as well. I've been drinking plain water. Good. Water, black tea. Okay. Much water should you drink there? Standing 12 times a day. Yep. It's just that I stand up. So as in, I'm not sitting for 16 hours straight. So that's one of the things the Apple Watch tells me. It says, hey, dummy, you've been sitting in a chair for too long. Stand up, go pet the dog, go take a break because you've been working too long. Can we use monk fruit sweetener or stevia in a coffee tea? Absolutely, yes. I do the keto chocolate in my coffee. So that's fine. It's something that you can do that now. I don't see a reason why you couldn't. You wouldn't use the Croto keto chocolate collagen recipe. I actually use the collagen in my coffee as opposed to the chocolate shake, but there's a recipe for the chocolate shake too, to do that. So that's fine. You just can't, because your coffee again is a free thing anyways. Let's see, anything else that I didn't answer? Anybody you can unmute yourself, and there's something like, hey, what about this?
Paul, this is Peggy. I had someone that's going to start. She couldn't be on the phone call on this call, but she wanted to know, can she drink like Crystal Light?
So, the whole thing, not the whole thing, but a big part of this new life, this new outlook, this new program is to get chemicals out of your body. So we have a brand new presentation that Cheryl and I will be doing called the 8 puzzle pieces to optimal health. And not to give them all away, but one of the puzzle pieces is detoxing your body, removing the toxic load. And when you're putting those chemicals, like I was, to be honest with you, I was a big Diet Pepsi person. Not a big, but I would have it, because I'm like, no big deal. At least I'm going to look good when I die, because I'm not even, there's no sugar in it. But boy, was I wrong. Like Diet Pepsi is worse for you to lose weight than regular Pepsi is because of that aspartame is the worst stuff in the universe. There's like nothing you can find that's worse put in your body than that stuff. So there's liquid stevia, flavored liquid stevia that you can get online that I use personally. So I'll actually put some kiwi strawberry, liquid stevia in my water, a little squirt, and boom, like I got flavored water now, and I don't have any chemicals. So going with organic chicken, going with grass-fed beef, the more organic or more grass-fed you can go, the better you're going to be. There's a school of thought that I buy into 100%, that part of us being overweight and holding on to weight and not being able to lose weight is the amount of chemicals or toxins in our cells. And these toxins, your body, has a defense mechanism to a whole bunch of things. But one of the defense mechanisms is if you have toxins in your cells, it kind of creates a protective shell around it with water. So you're holding onto a lot of water. It won't let anything out of the cell. So it just becomes, it almost like creates this cocoon for each one of your cells that, again, makes you feel bloated. It will absolutely not let the fat out of the cell because it's going to release toxins too. So, to detox is a huge, huge part of weight loss, to get those. So, selenium is absolutely a critical mineral. You should be taking on top of taking your 90 is, the selenium is in our 90, but we want to add more to that. I recommend taking at least 3 more a day, to help clean out your cells. We also talk about using the detox tea in the evening or the cleanse FX, something to help cleanse your body. And the water is going to do a big part of that too. But a big part is not putting anything bad into your body. So things that have aspartame in it, we absolutely want people to avoid at all costs. But hormones too. We don't want to have any chicken or beef that has hormones in it. We want to go organic and grass-fed. We even do grass-fed butter. Like you can't do regular butter. You got to make sure you're doing grass-fed or even ghee. It's GHEE that I use personally. That's even a step better than grass-fed butter. Okay. So today, just closing up real quick here. I know we're right at our end here.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yes, this is Talita. Will there be any other events coming up soon?
In Virginia?
Yes.
Or where? Yeah. So we're going to do an event every single month. We'll release the date on that. I don't think Cheryl has a date yet, and I don't see Cheryl on here anymore. But we'll get that date out as quickly as we can. It's going to be about what's today? It's about a month from now. So figure that second to last Saturday in February.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
Hey, Pam just asked about adding cream or butter to coffee until after day 3. But we can add a tablespoon of cream to our shakes and to our coffee and to whatever, because you're trying to stay, obviously, in a good fat range. But that's okay to do. You just can't do that during your fasting window.
That was my question.
Yeah.
So when my husband wants to do it in the morning before he goes to work, he has to do black coffee. But if he has coffee through the day, he could add the cream or the butter to it.
He can. I mean, think of it this way. 1 butter pat has 11.5 or roughly 12 grams of fat. So here's something Paul and I were talking about the other day. Paul, do you mind if I take like a second and say this?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, okay, you guys, this is so funny. So, the people like yourself, like other people that start a program like this where they're saying, wow, look at these numbers. We have to be at 60 grams of protein, less than 20 carbs. That's mind-blowing. And then they see the number 100 grams of fat. And they're like, what? How am I supposed to do that? That's insane. Think about what they were eating before. Okay, so like if they were eating deep fried chicken nuggets and French fries and donuts and pastries, I mean, holy grail, I love donuts, but there is a way to make them that's healthier. think of all of the things that they were having that were just fat laden, and they don't realize they were probably having 3 times that amount of fat in the unhealthy ways. So when you look at 100 grams of fat, that's basically 9 butter pats. So if you're sauteing your vegetables, if you're putting it in your coffee, it adds up very lightly. This is actually less than a lot of people eat on a daily basis. So when you are putting that, that little bit of cream into your shake or that butter pat in your coffee or whatnot, and you're tallying it up when we do our keto cubes and we're eating throughout the day, it's so minimal compared to what even a 5th grader is probably getting in his lunch of mini corn dogs and, chicken nuggets and all of this. Does that make sense to kind of put it in perspective like that? So when you are including those, that's fine because it satiates you. And also what Paul was saying, with the collagen, if you are, if you don't have your shake with you and you're like, oh no, what have I done? If you do take, collagen scoops or whatnot and put that in your hot cocoa, that works as well. And collagen can go in anything, you guys. So if you make a cup of tea, you can pop it in there as well. So just to kind of balance it out and give you some visuals, hopefully that helps a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much, Tracy. Yes, Pamela.
What about the idea of coconut oil? I know that there's controversy. I know Doc would go, no oils, but there's some people that have put the coconut oil in their coffee, and I just wanted to find out about that as well.
You can get powdered coconut, like MCT powder. Doc is against the oil piece, as we know. And of course, I always say use at your discretion, but we recommend following the 10 bad food, 10 good food list. It's a tricky subject, because coconut oil is in a solidified form. But you can get the powdered MCT coconut oil out there. It's in like a shaker thing. And that we have that in our shake. So when we are looking at the MCT part on the label, it's in a powder format that went in. So
yeah. But if you follow the Crotos Keto Chocolate collagen coffee, I don't actually put the oil in there. I just have enough between the heavy cream and the grass-fed butter and I'm putting 1 tablespoon, not 1 scoop, 1 tablespoon of the chocolate shake just to get some extra fat and to get some more chocolate flavor in there in my coffee. But I'm relying, the protein in my coffee comes from the collagen, because I want to get at least 2 scoops of collagen in my body a day to help my category 1 hard tissue and to keep my face looking awesome, because I do these videos in 4K and I gotta stay looking good. So the collagen is my secret weapon. So that's what I do. And so today's lesson, just as we wrap up the call today, so every day of the week we focus on a different mindset lesson, because we can give you all the tools in the world, strategies in the world to be successful here. But I always tell people that you're 6 inches away from achieving your desired weight. And those 6 inches are between your 2 ears. So we got to get our head right. And I got my master's degree in nutrition. But I always said that I need to go back to college and get my PhD in psychology, because this stuff we just went over now, you can find that anywhere on the internet. We didn't give you anything groundbreaking in this call. But the reason why 95% of the people fail on this is because they don't have their heads right. You got to get your head right. And part of getting your head right is being with this community. We're all supporting each other. That helps our mindset a lot, because we're not doing this alone. So Cheryl, myself, and Tracy got together and really talked about, why did the first session group do so well? Like, why was the results 200 some people losing an insane amount of weight? How did that happen? Because everything else out there doesn't work. And it really was, number one, because of the support of all of us together and in that Facebook group and being on these calls every single day together. You don't feel like you're alone. So for those of you building a longevity business, I can't recommend this enough. I mean, I know people that are building a huge longevity business just on the Keto90 Kickstart, because it's exciting, it's supportive, they all start at one time. So there's just a lot of great things going on with this program that you can use to build your entire business with. But today's lesson is about results. So every day we're going to have a different lesson. Today's lesson is about results, getting clear on exactly what you want. So what you're going to do is get out a piece of paper. We're going to get out a piece of paper. This is your homework assignment. You don't have to do this right now, but you're just going to put the first one in. So it's just writing, I weigh blank. So for me, like I actually had got up to 285. That was my highest weight, and I felt horrible. I was gluten-free, which doesn't make a bit of difference because I was shopping at the gluten-free aisles in my supermarket and buying everything that was gluten-free possible, including gluten-free pretzels, gluten-free bagels, gluten-free waffles, and I gained a ton of weight. So going gluten-free is not enough. But once I started, and I, trust me, folks, when I first thought about, my wife had told me that there's this new thing called keto like 3-4 years ago. And she's like, people are putting oil and butter in their coffee. And I'm like, okay, now I've heard it all. This, the whole world's lost their skull. This is so bad. I just went on and on and on how horrible this idea is. But 6 months later, I read about it online. I told my wife, hey, there's this thing out there called the keto diet that, she's like, well, I told you about that 6 months ago. So if it's not my idea, it's not a good idea, basically. But then I started doing it and it completely changed my life. I am a freaking machine when I drink my keto coffee. I mean, I could run through brick wall. So this has turned me into superhuman capabilities when I'm in keto, producing ketones, following these blocks. It's been my life for 3-4 years now. I've lost 80 pounds. So I'm down to like a little under 200, but I'm not at 180 yet. So I weigh 180. So that is my got to get past this 199 thing in my brain that you reach these plateaus. So I weigh and put your desired weight in there, and you're going to write this 50 times today, and 50 times tomorrow, and 50 times on Wednesday, because we're going to drill it into your brain what your result is that you want. Now you could do the same thing for your longevity business. Cheryl and I talked about there's no difference between losing 20 pounds and building a multi-million-dollar longevity business. No difference at all, because you got to have a result that you want. So my volume is blank. My volume is 1 million per month. That's my QV. I do a million QV every month. And I wrote that 50 times a day because I got my brain wired so that I'm not just doing what I was doing, but I'm doing way more than that. And it all starts with getting super, super clear on the result you want to produce. You can do this for any area of your life. But right now, we're going to do it in weight loss. We are going to not only program your conscious mind, but start working on your subconscious mind that runs 95% on autopilot. So we got to change the set point, change your mindset. When you look at these keto cube sheets, you're going to be like, 3 ounces of steak, that's a meal? That's ridiculous. Like I eat 12 ounces of steak. You can't eat 12 ounces of steak. It's too much protein at one sitting. You can have 3 ounces of steak. That's it. We were trying to shrink your stomach. We're trying to do 300 calories at a time and get in the mindset that we're just eating like 4 snacks a day. Get away from this. Oh, it's mealtime, it's lunchtime, and we're going to have this lunch, or go out to dinner and have, the average, we go, especially now with the menus that have the calories in it. I know, Tracy, we were at Cheesecake Factory, Tracy and I, just having a salad. I mean, their salad there is 1,200 calories for a salad. And it's the whole day you're supposed to have 1,200 calories. So every time you go out to eat, it's just way too many calories, and it's not quality food. It's not grass-fed. It's not typically organic. So we really, really want to, bless you, Pamela. We really want to, stay focused on shrinking our stomachs, getting a new mindset here. But, step number 1 is knowing exactly what you want. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about why do you want that? Okay, so we're not going to get to the why yet, but right now we're going to talk about the what, and it's got to be a number. I want a number. I want something that can fit in a little box. Okay, because I don't want a story from you that I got blah blah blah. No, I want a number. That's the number. We're going to get super ultra focused on one number. Now, why do I want to weigh 180? Well, because I want to fit in a certain size pair of pants, because I want to look a certain way in a certain size suit. You know, I want to look a certain way at beach, you know, but we'll go to all those whys tomorrow. But right now we want to focus on one number, and we're going to get ultra obsessed with that number and achieve it together. Okay. So that's your homework assignment. You got to write 50 times. I weigh blank. If you could take a little snapshot of that and post it in our Facebook group, that'd be awesome, to encourage other people to do the same, because we're all doing here, supporting each other and helping each other. Yes, the HGH at night, absolutely. So you take your 90 every day. You know, I take the liquid Beyond Tangy, Ultimate Tangy Tangerine, lowest carbs, one shot, super simple. I mix it with an ounce of Osteo FX liquid. So I got an ounce of this, an ounce of this. You know, I do it twice a day because of my weight, but most people can just do it once. And then take the plant-derived minerals and put them in your shake, and you'll be all set. So it's the minerals that we burn through fastest out of the 90 essential nutrients. So we want to make sure we're getting more minerals in for our weight. But at least take 1 ounce of each of those liquids, or you can do the peach BTT powder, put it in water. You can put the powdered calcium, the powdered OsteoFX in your shake. So if you're like, well, how do I get my calcium in every day? One of your shakes, and it really works for the last one the best. If you put in a scoop of the OsteoFX powder, that will start relaxing you at 6:30 so that you're ready to go to sleep at 10 or whatever time you go to bed at. Yeah, the 6-HGH is another super great tip. Cheryl and I swear on it. I know Tracy swears on it. So we were at the event in Virginia, and Rocio was there. And she kept on talking about Tracy and how Tracy turned around to these HGH capsules. And Rocio didn't even know we had these HGH capsules. But she literally talked for half an hour on them, how they completely changed her life. Like, she feels better now. She's recovering. She's got more energy than ever. And energy starts with good sleep and recovering from the day before. So those HGH capsules, plus this whole thing is about keeping your insulin levels low so your HGH levels can go up. So they have an inverse relationship to each other. If your insulin's high, it pushes HGH low, and vice versa. So HGH is a magical hormone. It'll make you look younger. It'll make you look thinner. It'll make you look more beautiful. It'll do everything in the world you want it to do. So it is the master hormone for energy, looking good, being thin, everything, muscle tone. Yeah, Tracy.
Can I add one thing to that too? I threw on there, like, doing some squats or bicep curls before bed. I don't mean like pull on your gym clothes and start working out. I'm literally meaning, and I'll videotape myself when I get up the nerve of doing.
I think that would help us all, Tracy, if you did that tonight, because we'll all tune into Facebook for that.
Well, I can't stress enough, when you give your body 10 minutes before bed to get it to a burn mode, which basically means grab your sink in your bed, in your bathroom, and I do angled push-ups, like 10 of them, take a break, brush my teeth, do another 10, tricep lifts up off your tub, right? And then squats. I look ridiculous. I don't care. I'm in my bathroom, either squatting or doing ballet, Pilates, squats, everything. Working your thighs, your butt, and your biceps before bed. Write that down. Thighs, butt, and bed, biceps in under 10 minutes till you feel the burn a little bit. Take your 6-HGH. Have a great night, because your body reacts to that, and it's going to be recouping while you sleep. And also, you've just started working your biggest muscle groups again, so it's shocking your body, like, what just happened? Now you go into sleep, and the HGH takes over to help rebuild with all the amino acids. It's great.
What was that, Tracy? Butt, biceps, and what?
Your butt, your biceps, and what did I say? Butt, biceps, and thighs?
You said triceps.
Oh, those are in there too. So I always just say biceps, triceps, butt, and thighs. That's probably the best way to do it. Those are your biggest muscle groups, and your stomach, because if you're doing some crunches or whatever you're doing, I actually lay on my back and I lift my legs up and down. I don't do sit-ups. I haven't done a sit-up in 25 years. And I'm not about to start. So I lift my legs up and down very slowly, and really work that core. Under 10 minutes, all of that, easy, really easy. I was so honored Ro kept asking me about the HGH. This is Rocio, y'all. She could knock you out with just like a shoulder push. So she looks great, and she's really taking it to heart, and her arms are looking fabulous. And
She looks okay.
she looks okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, I won't stand next to her, that's for sure.
Yeah, try them. I mean, they're fantastic. And Pam obviously is enjoying the vivid dreams that are coming along.
Yeah, so I know what I'm doing at 9:45 tonight, for sure, in my bathroom. Yeah. Okay, awesome tips. So that's our call for today. Sorry, went a little bit over, but we had a lot to cover today. And so we're in a group. Any questions coming through the day? I'm having a 911 panic attack or emergency or something. Posted in there. Now this is a detox, so maybe you may feel like a little, you might feel like maybe some of a headache because you got a little too many toxins in your body from New Year's that are coming out. So some things might happen during the next couple of days. Totally fine. We're trying to get all that bad stuff out and start 2020 on the right foot here. So I'm super proud of all of you for doing this, for having the courage to say, I'm going to change my body here, and I'm going to create something amazing here in 2020 with my body. And with longevity products and the program we have here, you can absolutely do that. So we're super happy to be here to help you achieve that. And, we're all working together as a group here. So let's adjourn for today, but let's get together tomorrow again at 11 a.m. Eastern time and pick up where we left off. All right. Thanks, everyone. I will post this video in the group ASAP.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks,
Okay, thank
Paul.
you.
Thanks, Tracy. Love you guys.
Love
Love you
guys.
too. Talk to you soon.
Be strong. Be well.
Be strong.
Thank you, everybody.